And again, yes, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to wherever you are, around the world. I'm Dan McFadyen, co-founder and managing director at Edalex, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to Edalexpo 2025. So as we kick off, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which we meet. For me, in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne, that's the Boonwurrung people of the East Kulin Nation. And I'd like to pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. And I'd also like to acknowledge any First Nations peoples from around the world who may be joining us today. All right, well, let's dive in. Edalexpo for me is one of my favorite times of the year. Perhaps not quite up there with Halloween or Christmas from a personal perspective, but from a work perspective, it's a fantastic opportunity to get our entire community back together. And we've been fortunate this year that Al and I and Nelson have been able to restart some of the client visits in a number of our domestic clients. Obviously, it's a bit more challenging to do internationally and globally, but it is so important for us to reconnect and share with you what we've been working on and our hopes and aspirations for the future. And every year, for those who are newly joining us, I do like to come up with a theme that encapsulates in a humorous sort of way what we're focusing on. And so you can see quite a few of the ones from previous years and leading up to last year's, which was Acquire, and focused on a number of different systems and technology and people working together in harmony. So then when we think about this year's Edalexpo theme, I want to do something a little different and give you some of a sneak peek into my thoughts and the evolution of this process. And if there's one thing that's being discussed globally every single day this year, it is, of course, AI. But not just AI in general. What we're seeing more and more is agentic AI, so the concept of having AI-powered agents. And so that was the impetus. And so I started looking for an appropriate image that would encapsulate this. I thought this one, cool, sci-tech, but too dark. This one, too violent. We don't need any guns. This one, okay, now we're getting closer. Although I am showing my age with Get Smart, but obviously copyright image here. But one of the aspects that actually intrigued me on this is that with AI, the power of AI, we also have to think about there are different quality AI agents. And obviously, for those who know the Get Smart show, Agent 99 there on the right, she's the brains behind the operations, whereas Maxwell Smart, perhaps not actually so smart. So that is one of the things that we've been thinking about is not only do we need to empower this next age and really thinking about how do we transform openEQUELLA from a passive digital repository to an active content hub. And certainly we see AI agents and the power of AI is helping to enable that. But of course, we still need to maintain all of the security, all of the digital rights management, all of that technology and security that we've built into the platform over more than 20 years. We need to ensure that is really secure and can stand up even to the not so bright agents that might be out there. So I continued on in my search. I thought, no, that one doesn't really do it. Now this one, well, we're starting to get closer. So, however, for those of you who know Get Smart, that's a total fail on the shoe phone. So yeah, that clearly didn't work. So the one I settled on in the end was this one. And so as an AI agent, she's not quite Agent 99, she's 88. And I'm not sure how her shoe phone would either work as a shoe or a phone. But we thought this concept of AI agents, secret agents, is really a powerful one for us, not only in terms of the work that we're doing, but some of the very exciting things that we'll share with you moving forward. And as I flagged for those who joined early, we do want to keep this interactive discussion. And so, yeah, certainly feel free to post in the chat if you like the theme of this year. Any other comments? But another way we're keeping it interactive is to have some poll questions. So, Al, could I ask you to put up 2 poll questions for us?
I will. Hopefully that is launched for everybody.
Right. And so yes, the first one is just around how open is your organization to adopting AI, and then what constraints, what might be holding you back, and that is multiple choice. So pick as many and all of those that are relevant.
And whilst people are responding, we have got a couple of chats through. I think the theme is resonating, although I missed it by that much. Hopefully that's not the conclusion at the end of Edalexpo.
Wonderful. And I'll leave you to figure out when we should wrap up the poll.
Yeah, so I'll leave it up for about 15 more seconds. I can see we've got about half of the audience that have responded, so others might be multitasking. Yeah, I'll turn it off in 5 seconds. Excellent. I'll end that poll and share the results.
Great. Okay, so this is wonderful, and for those who have been with us for the long haul, which are quite a few of our clients, you may recall that in 2019 we launched our first AI extension to openEQUELLA, which was ECS AutoTag, and that was a very different world back then with the state of machine learning and capabilities. And I think it's fair to say that 6 years ago there's a great deal of reluctance and concern around the use of AI, but that's wonderful to see. Yeah, really, no one saying not ready for AI, and almost half bring it on. So that's great. And obviously, then in terms of the considerations, not surprising, security is the highest, but cost up there as well. Yeah, okay, so that's really good insights. Wonderful. Well, thanks for that. Okay, so now let's shift gears a little bit, and I want to introduce Ricardo. So Ricardo is our newest employee as a support and QA officer, and for those who've been part of the Edalex and Equella community for quite some time, it may not surprise you that our average staff tenure is nearly 7 years at Edalex, which is fantastic. So we've been able to hire amazing people and keep them happy and challenged, and so that's great in terms of the depth and expertise. And every once in a while we come across someone for whom it's worth reducing that average tenure so that we can increase the level of support and engagement that we can provide to our customers in the community. So fantastic to have you on the team, Ricardo. And assume you're in, there you are. Okay, if you could just give a wave, Ricardo.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you, everyone. And it's a pleasure to me to be part of this amazing company. And yeah, really thank Dan and Alistair to give me the opportunity to work with you guys, and I'm keen to provide the best support that I can provide you, and with my experience from the last companies that I worked. I'm here. I'm really glad to be part of this company, providing, as I said, the best support as I can provide for this amazing company. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ricardo. Okay. So a reminder that we do have our annual user survey. It's a very quick survey. Al, how many questions are in our user survey?
Well, I'll post it to the chat tab and you can find out for yourself. But
All right.
It is a very straightforward survey. I will just add that now.
Wonderful. Great. And as you can see, we've obviously kept the secret agent theme going with this image. And I do particularly like that he has 3 hands. So I'm not sure if one of those hands is coming out of the briefcase or but please do, please do. It's a very, very quick survey. So we really appreciate your feedback. That's always very important for us, and one way that we can continue to engage with you. So today we have an action-packed schedule. I'll get out of the way very quickly. Two more slides left, but just want to very quickly show you the agenda. So we're talking about the release that's just about ready to go out the door, and talk about integrations. We're thrilled to have Mahbub from Macquarie Uni presenting. We have set up a networking period so we can catch up separately, or well on Zoom, but important to get some of that direct connection. Nelson's going to talk about reporting, and then very importantly, we have some really interesting things to show you in terms of openEQUELLA and AI, and then look ahead to the next year. So the final slide, yes, again, feel free to chat throughout and add your institution name or organization name. For your name, you can do that via the participants button. And yes, please do ask questions throughout, but we do ask if people stay on mute, if not actively asking a question. And then during the networking session, that will create some breakout rooms, and feel free to jump around between those. And we are recording this session for those who aren't able to join us, but in the spirit of Mission Impossible, have to warn you that it may self-destruct. All right, well, without further ado, I'll turn it over to Alex.